Good morning, boys and girls. Here we are, 6th of August. Boy, this year's shooting away. And we're going to have a look at the strengths of the market, see which products are worth trading. And then we're going to look at the economic calendar to see if there's any times you need to be avoiding. Now, I do this every single morning for the squad. So whatever member you are, you get to see it straight away. It's currently touching on 10 to 7 in the morning. And this will be visible for them in the next few minutes. So let's jump ourselves straight into this. What we can see straight away, the biggest mover and shaker is the New Zealand dollar and the Aussie dollar, which funny enough, they've gone in opposite directions. The New Zealand has moved up 3 points from the last data sample. But the Aussie has fell 5. So there's clearly something going on that side of the pond at this moment in time. But what's interesting is when I look at the market picks up here, we do have strength in the market on the CAD, the New Zealand and the Euro, but they're not that strong that they're pushing the boundaries, which means in order to get a market pick, you want an asset that is roughly about 2 times greater than the other one. And the reason being is it shows separation and movement. This isn't happening. They're starting to become very, very tightly packed. So today's market is going to be pretty thin on the ground unless there is a huge breakout. So what I'm looking for whenever I go into market is 2 things. I'm looking for either the continuation or the reversion. Now today, I can only really look for a breakout. Now, the breakout, if it happens today, could be stupendous, but until it happens, we don't know. So I take on the side of caution. I think the markets will be pretty thin. Now, when it comes down onto the majors, what gets picked out all the time, Euro dollar is top of the bunch. So I'll be looking at that probably today. And why? There's nothing up here. And again, this here is quite tightly packed. As you can see, the strength of the pound is 27 and the CAD is 44. So it isn't 2 times above it. You know, it's not greater than what it is. So let's go down the list, see which my options are. So the first one I look at is Euro dollar. Well, the Euro's in the top 3, which is excellent. And I've got the Aussie pushing down. But the problem here is the Euro's losing ground the same time the dollar's losing ground. Now that can create an issue, because it's showing me that movement is now ending. So when I look over this side, the US is gathering pace and the Euro's, well, slowing down basically. So if you think you're going to buy it, actually it could be a sell. So you've got to be a little bit careful there. Okay, so the Euro's looking pretty good. Pound US, they're sitting at the bottom, so I wouldn't really look at that. US JPY, so yeah, Euro USD is the market of choice. If the Euro's high in the list, that helps me pick which indices to look at, and it'll be the DAX. Okay, and the reason being is if there's interest in the Euro, it'll naturally have interest in the indices that it's priced in. So Euro and DAX today. Okay, now let's have a quick look, see what the calendar has to offer. So we'll flick it onto today. It's on the 6th. Have a quick look through. See if there's any PMIs or CPIs. Well, we have the French ones here. They're just low. It's not really going to do a great deal for what I'm looking at. Run right through. Got Canadian PMIs this afternoon. Again, it's very low impact, so I'm not really that fussed. So there isn't any medium ones. It's the US one that I'm looking for more than anything. So we'll take that off. And what we're left with is this. So across the morning from 7 o'clock through to 9:30, we do have some Euro news. So that will affect the DAX at 7 o'clock. So maybe be a little bit careful on that one. Running over to a PMI for the pound at 9:30, but I've already decided I'm trading on Euro dollar. So really what I'm interested in is the 7 o'clock. So I'll avoid that. Then we go into the 8 o'clock open. Well, I don't trade the opens because that's dangerous and silly. And what I'm left with is this afternoon. And what we're going to have is quite a bit coming in around 1:30, and it's one after the other with a high impact. So really, I'll start my trading process 9:15, 9:30 on euro dollar when I've finished with the guys, because I do a live call with them pretty much every day, and there's a one today at 8 o'clock. I'll trade through up to lunch, and then I'll just step back a little bit, see what's happening. If I've been paid, fantastic, I'll stop for the day. If not, I'll carry on after that news event. Hope that helps you guys. See you all on the other side.